Happy Pentecost. This is a big festival of the church year. This is the day the church celebrates the Holy Spirit coming from God to us. So I decided not to write a big long service today, but I do have a bit of a sermon. So here we go. Beloved ones, today is the Sunday of Pentecost. This is the day we celebrate the Holy Spirit being sent to the church. This is the day we wear red to remember and be re-inspired by the flames of fire of the Holy Spirit, and by the blood of martyrs who, inspired by that same Holy Spirit, lived their faith in such ways that it caused their death. This is the day we read and remember and know that God speaks to the people in cloud and lightning and fire. This is the day we read and remember and know that God pours out God's Spirit upon all flesh. Sons and daughters shall prophesy, young men will see visions, old men will dream dreams. We're not told what the old women are experiencing, but maybe we can't even handle hearing the power coursing through them from the Holy Spirit. This is the day we read and remember and know that the Spirit arrives like a violent wind, that fire appears from the Spirit, that communication happens in and between people's own languages and cultures through the Holy Spirit, that we do not have to be someone we're not in order for the Holy Spirit to work, and also that we can communicate with people who are different from us, because that's what the Holy Spirit enables and impels us to do. This is the day we read and remember and know that the Spirit is not a spirit of slavery and fear, that the Holy Spirit helps us in our weakness. Consider, what is your current weakness that needs help? And that the Holy Spirit intercedes for us, interferes in the process in positive ways to speak up for us. This is the day we read and remember and know that all our spirited gifts are for the building of community, not, for example, the idolization of racism or any other way we divide ourselves. The other day, I was listening to a local rainbow flag kind of person, musician Lori Dokken, who ended her set by quoting Micah, the verse which says, "What does the Lord require of you, O mortal, but to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God?" It's easiest, I think, for white people to focus on the love kindness and the walk humbly parts, but the truth is more integrated. We do justice by loving kindness and walking humbly. We love kindness by doing justice and walking humbly. We walk humbly by loving kindness and doing justice. In a similar way, we follow Jesus' commands to love God and love neighbor. These are not actually two separated things, because in loving our neighbor, we love God, who loves all people. When Paul the Apostle is talking to a divided community in 1 Corinthians, he talks first about the many gifts of the Holy Spirit: teaching, prophecy, speaking in tongues, healing, discernment of spirits, wisdom. And then he says, all those are fine, but strive for the greater gifts: faith, hope, and love. This is not a sermon to say, be nice. This is a sermon to say, as someone dear to me once recently said, what is the most important thing now? We need to ask that question over and over. Or maybe I should ask you, what is your Holy Spirit superpower, and how will you use it for good now? The voice calling for justice is a mighty wind, a flame of fire, a power of Lady Wisdom, a gift of the Holy Spirit. The volunteers cleaning the streets are building community, working together in hope, gifts of the Holy Spirit. The protesters, indeed, Walk humbly and persistently, that the building of whole community, where every person is truly honored and valued equally, may be what is rebuilt from the ashes. Those are of the Holy Spirit, where the beauty and power is celebrated and shared, where wisdom is heard, not stifled, where everyone can breathe, is a gift of the Holy Spirit. What is the most important thing for you to do now? What is your Holy Spirit superpower, and how will you use it for good? That's it. That's the sermon. Go.